We apologize, y'all. This is not going
Yeah.
to be the usual YouTube episode. We're having some technical difficulties today.
Oh my God, stop. Because anybody who's on TikTok, we have a we have a technical difficulties.
I don't know anything about that.
Yes, we're having technical difficulties. So today you get two screens, two people.
Yes, episode 53, sexual turnoffs. But before we get into that, I am Syn Delano. This has been another draining week of the sun trying to kill us all.
Yes.
I have intentionally stayed in the house because the sun has been trying to take everybody out. And on top of that, we've had thunderstorms too. So nothing is worse than it being blazing fucking hot outside and torrential downpours. Like your car doesn't know what to do because it wants to keep your windows not foggy.
Right.
It's raining outside.
Right.
So it's like 150 degrees outside, but you got the hot defrost on to keep.
Yes.
So you can see, it's not worth getting in the car. There were plenty of times when I was like, yeah, I'm just going to starve because I need to go grocery shopping, but I'm not going to the car.
Yeah. I can agree to that. Somebody said that they were trying to steam us like crabs.
Yes. That's exactly what's been going on. So this week I have been avoiding leaving my house as much as possible because I don't want to be a steamed crab out in these Atlanta streets.
I mean, that's what it is.
I'm good. I think I lost about 7 pounds because I just didn't eat. I spent way too much money eating out this week. My kid is not complaining, but
Of course.
I tried to cook and you heard me, Tamara. There was one day I was like, I want to cook. I don't want to go out to eat. But I literally have to turn the air condition up to like 65 down. I'm saying this wrong. Down to like 65 because it makes it so we're washing, we're doing laundry, I'm cooking, and it's like 98 degrees outside.
Yep. It's a mess. It's like when you cook inside, the house gets hot because you're cooking.
Yes.
So then you got to turn the air conditioner down. It's a whole mess. It's a one or the other, the either or decision that you have to make when doing so.
There's no opening any windows because there's humidity. There's no breeze.
No breeze.
So we also have to deal with, this is a Georgia thing. These fucking nasty ass gnats. I hate them. But you can't ventilate the apartment because it's humid outside. So if you open your windows, the air conditioning ain't never going to turn off. Nope. I'm ready for summertime to go. I'm ready.
And it's a weird summer because it was like nice and cool and springy, and then all of a sudden it was 97 degrees. Like one day it just was 97 degrees and didn't stop. And I was like,
it's a transition. It's a shame when we're happy that it's 80 degrees outside.
I'd be elated about a good 75. That just makes my heart. I love a good 75. Give me a good 75.
Today has been 82 to 85, and I walked outside and I was like, oh my God, it doesn't feel like an industrial oven outside. It just feels like a household oven.
Yes. Because the other day, I think I looked at like the temperature, like on my laptop in the corner, it tells me like noon. Yes. So it'll give me like the weather. And I was like, 96 degrees. No, I am not.
I should be outside because I need a tan. My legs do not match the rest of my body.
I don't know what to tell you.
But I also don't want skin cancer. So
yeah, it's a whole mess.
Yes.
Outside of the doors. Look, that's all I'm saying. Outside of the doors.
Enough.
It's a whole mess.
Enough of irritating small talk, that's talking about the weather. Who are you and how much are we been?
Look, you're laughing because you know how my week has gone. Hi, my name is Tam Joyner, and I've had the Mondays of all Saturdays today. But this week has been ugly. Monday, now we moved the big stuff from our old apartment to our new apartment on Saturday. So the weekend we were bringing stuff over. So this week I finally got everything out. Thursday, everything was done. Turned in my keys yesterday. We're finished on that side of the street. Wonderful. But there were a series of events that happened on Monday. So I had to work Monday after the move, but I was working remote. I woke up to get my day started. I had to go to the airport and then come back from the airport. When I got back from the airport, the internet was out in my house. So I couldn't work. Then I got a phone call that I had to go back to the airport because the flight was missed. So I went back to the airport. I came back. I worked for a few minutes and the internet went out again. So I finally got to working. Then the fire alarm in the building went off. So I had to leave out of the house to figure out why it was going off so loud. And to get them to turn it off, I had to wait outside in the heat. That was on Monday. So Tuesday, back at the airport, no problems on Tuesday. But in getting dressed, because I had just moved, I couldn't find socks. I couldn't find my pants. So I went to work looking like a hobo because I had to go in the building. A part of my day at work while looking like a hobo was being told very loudly across a room full of people that my butt looked really big in my pants. And I was thoroughly embarrassed.
Sad.
Another employee, that's all I'm saying.
That is an HR violation.
And that's why I said, you really are talking loud. Like, I'm not doing anything but standing here. So if somebody else hears this, that ain't got nothing to do with me because I'm just standing here.
Violation.
I mean, I was off the rest of the week, so it was fine. But today I had all these things planned. Went to get a facial. I got my eyebrows done. I was going to go get the rest of the stuff for the new place. But on my way back home, my car broke down. So I spent all this money, bought all these new things, and now I may have to buy a new car. So pray for me, and I'm going to start a GoFundMe if you want to contribute to my car fund. Like, what is the world? I'm sick. Help
Ghetto.
me, help me, Lord. So I've had a day, but I still smile. I think it's because I'm Delulu at this point. So I don't know. But yeah, hi, I'm here.
I feel like since you've had a ghetto week, with that's what we're going to start off with, is more, the world is a ghetto. It never ceases to fail. Starbucks. Let's actually, I remembered this. So there were two things that were super ghetto to me this past week. Starbucks being one, and this war that they're trying to have against organized labor. Let me tell you something. These large companies, they don't want to pay anybody. They love to say nobody wants to work, right? But I feel like the good people, our few listeners that tap in, they need to hear this. Starbucks, you guys know Starbucks is a multi-billion-dollar company, okay?
Yes.
They got money to pay people. But this lady applied for a Starbucks barista job in a strip mall near her house because she'd heard about the coffee conglomerate's generous benefits: tuition money, company stock,
Right.
Life insurance for part-time workers. Okay. But she gets there, and this is when the disillusionment settles in. She says, and I quote, "There never seemed to be enough people on the clock. Everybody rushed around while automated systems logged the speed of drive-through transactions, ideally 30, 40 seconds, and whether surveyed customers rated the baristas likable." First of all, let me tell you something. I don't pay attention to, I open the app to get my little points, and that's it. I close it. I don't
Yep.
pay attention. So the fact that they do this to
Yeah.
their baristas, and they what is it? What is the word I'm looking for? God damn it. I'm losing my memory. Anyway, they're penalizing their employees for this. It's super fucked up. Okay.
Yeah.
But she says she doesn't have time to worry about her scores because they can barely attend to the basic hygiene of the store. They often find themselves too frenzied to wipe down tables, clean the bathrooms, or follow orders to wash their hands every half hour. They're made to do this, okay? So this lady has joined this company because Starbucks advertises this literally at every store that they're hiring, and they have it posted. These are all the things that, and they make sure they say, even as a part-time employee, you get benefits to bring people in, right? But check this out. She says she would get at most 25 or 27 hours a week, which she said was generous because the baristas barely got full-time hours and even struggled for the 20 hours they need to qualify for benefits. So that means they're hiring hella people and then just not putting them on a schedule, which companies are known for doing that. They did that to me, and this is why I stopped working. There was a, I think this coffee company is still out here in Atlanta. I don't know where, it's not that many anymore, but Caribou Coffee.
Yeah, a lot of them became a part of Einstein's. So you'll see them in combination together a lot of times.
So Caribou Coffee used to hire all these people and then wouldn't give us hours, or they would call us like the day they needed us to come in. Excuse me, I have a fucking life. How dare you? You have a whole fucking schedule, put us on the schedule or don't.
Right.
But then they would schedule people for like 2 to 4 hours at a time. Don't waste my fucking time. Don't. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my gas. And for people who are already part-time but have to use public transportation, you are literally wasting their fucking time.
For 2 to 4 hours, yes.
Yes. That's not, listen, 4 hours, you don't even get a break on a 4-hour shift because your shift is over for. So if you have to use the bathroom, then can't you hold it? No, I can't. I have to pee, bitch. Because you're supposed to get a break every 4 hours. But you're only on the schedule for 4 hours. So typically what would happen is because these erratic schedules, and this is, I worked at Caribou Coffee back 2004? 2004. I just wanted to work part-time to pay off some bills. But they would do stupid shit like schedule me for 4 hours. And then I'd be like, all right, there, y'all, I'm out. Because I was only part-time. And then they'd be like, wait, someone called in, they can make their shift. Can you stay longer? No, I cannot. But then they would penalize me later on. They just wouldn't put me on the schedule next week. Well, you turned down a shift. I turned down a shift that wasn't mine. Are you kidding me? Right. So fast forward. Starbucks, sounds like Starbucks is pretty much doing the same thing, but they have these impossible standards for these people. So when these companies say this stupid, ignorant shit, nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to be your fucking slave, okay? Because that's pretty much what they're doing. And the lady that I was reading from the New York Times article, this woman, Latina, okay? So you know that, listen, I'm just gonna call it what it is. This is racism.
When you see my face.
This is racist as fuck. Like these demands that they're making of people, but not giving them anything. And then to say that people just don't want to work. Like, look at the conditions that you have these people working in. And then they retaliate against people for being part of the union. Well, if you guys sign up for this union, we're gonna mistreat you. What? They're trying to protect themselves, because I'm pretty sure everyone that sits at the top, none of these motherfuckers is making coffee nowhere.
Right.
Okay. But they're getting all the fucking money. It's so fucking ghetto. And I just, listen, I'm not here to cast judgment on anybody who still drinks Starbucks. Okay. Before I read this article, I had a Starbucks cup of coffee the other day.
Wait.
But truth be told, we can make our own fucking coffee at home. And we don't have to listen, Starbucks isn't even the best coffee. Okay. Let's keep it a buck. Starbucks is not the best coffee. My community coffee tastes better than Starbucks.
Yeah, let me say this. When I went to Colombia, nothing tastes like Colombian coffee. That
coffee you and Nisha brought me back, I still have dreams of it. Okay.
Yeah, nothing tastes like Colombian coffee. So I don't know what y'all be selling that y'all call Colombian coffee. That ain't it. That's not it. The Columbia, South Carolina coffee, but that's not from the country of Colombia.
So these motherfuckers at Starbucks, they're pulling the entertainment industry on these people. We're just not going to sign the contract, and that's just as effective to get these people to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
If they don't have it within a year what they want, well, the turnover is so great, and some of the people are no longer there, so it don't matter. Listen, labor laws. Somebody needs to do a complete overhaul. The system's fucked up.
Let me tell you this. Everybody's going on strike. Starbucks, you are not immune to that. So one day when people just don't show up for work at Starbucks, what y'all gonna do?
They don't care. They're trying to, listen, one of the women said they're trying to get us to a point where we all just quit, which segues into my next ghetto thing. The studio, one of the studios, is it NBC or Universal? One of them. It doesn't matter. Fuck all of them right now. To dissuade protesters from protesting, which is their right. Okay? This is their constitutional right.
Yes.
Protest. These motherfuckers went and cut all the fucking leaves off the goddamn trees that were in front of the studio where the people were lined up protesting. And first of all, that's not your fucking property. Okay? That's city property. That is Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles property. And you're going to be fined for that. But here's where these huge companies, Starbucks included, right? Here's where they're super fucked up. And it's not about money. I want everyone to understand this. It's not about money, because they have money to pay these writers. They have money to pay these actors, okay? Just like Starbucks has money to pay their employees. It's about power and control. They don't want the lowly workers telling them what they deserve. We're going to give you what we feel you deserve. So they're willing to pay the fines. And let me tell you, vandalizing trees is expensive. Okay, y'all. Listen, was that you I was talking to, Tamara, where some neighbor cut down this man's trees, and they had to pay over $3 billion for that. That was his property.
Yeah, they lived in northern New Jersey, and they wanted to see the city, New York City, because it's from some places you can actually see it.
It was some white people, wasn't it? Why y'all feel so entitled to just do shit? Like,
it's
I
weird.
want to see the skyline. Cut your trees down.
But the crazy thing about that particular story, I don't even think that, if I remember when I read it correctly, they didn't even come to the neighbors and say, hey, blah, 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 like discuss it. They just did it. Like, they just cut them down. And it was not on their property, it was on the neighbor's property.
I'm going to say this because it was ghetto that this studio will pay the fine because they got to pay for each tree that they vandalize because that belongs to the city of Los Angeles. They don't care. They have the money to pay for it. They would rather give the money to the city of Los Angeles than give it to those writers and actors that were outside.
Now that is the real fucked up part about it. And that's the fucked up part. And how fucking cruel are you that you would cut the leaves off so that they could be in utter heat and being beat down by the sun just to prove a point? That's what you did. That's what you did.
We just talked about it being blazing hell outside.
Yes.
And they intentionally did this because they want people to give up.
Yeah.
And this is why people who cape for these corporations and cape for other rich people, like, you guys are fucking stupid because you think you do that because one day you hope to be in that position. That's the only reason you're doing it. Because if you really think about it, no, this is inhumane.
Yeah, it is. It's very inhumane.
And these same motherfuckers, this is definitely sidebar. These same motherfuckers will be like, oh my God, don't leave your animals in the car. But you would leave humans outside to burn the fuck up in the sun because you don't want to pay them what they deserve. Every day the world becomes more ghetto.
Yep.
Tamara.
If you have been tuning in weekly, you know who I'm about to talk about. I don't think that I think I've been talking about Ron DeSantis for an entire month. An entire month.
Season 3.
He is definitely attempting to be the most fucked up governor in the world. Like, he wants to go down in history as the worst human alive. That's it. I'm sure of it. So we have talked in the past about Ronnie, about how you can't say gay in Florida. He's on a war path to end the woke agenda, which I don't even know what that is, and y'all are using the word out of context. And the fact that you have, you're misappropriating the term. That's what I'm going to call it, because you don't even know what it really means. Today we're talking about Black history because, they didn't want to teach it at all, but now they've changed the standards. And so what they are saying now is that the way that they will teach slavery in the schools is that, I want to say it the way that it has been written, that the standards will say that middle schoolers should be instructed that slaves develop skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit.
These white people, these racist white people, are trying to bring slavery back. So they want their slaves so goddamn bad.
They want them back bad. This time, this man has been saying and doing this shit with Black history in Florida for months now. And good old VP Kamala, she says, how is it that anyone could suggest that in the midst of these atrocities, that there was any benefit to being subjected to this level of dehumanization? You trying to make dehumanization normal. I mean, they're already trying to do that just in general. But that's what you want to do so that people will accept certain things that they should never, ever accept. So, like, I would like to, if anybody else would like to volunteer to get the jackhammer and start at the state line of Georgia and just start drilling that bitch off. Because Florida, you have got to get the fuck out of here. I need you to go. Florida, I need you to go. I cannot do this with you because I don't know. This man is running for president. What in God's green earth?
Listen, anyone who votes for him, I just feel like You're a racist.
Yo,
So
let me tell you something. This man is scorched earth of Florida. Like, I don't understand the motivation before you leave to run off to be president, which you're not going to do because, unfortunately, Donald Trump is ahead of you in the polls, which is a whole of another conversation. Since he's about to be indicted for a third time, that's a whole,
I don't.
that's a whole of another conversation. But like, it's just, you're gonna try to run for president, but then you're gonna basically harm everybody in the state. Who even the people that elected you? What are you going back to? What are you going back to when you lose? Like, what are you going back to?
The rest of his 8.2 million that he got left.
He got from the people that's giving him money. That's a child.
You fools have financed this.
Baby, that's just as crooked as when Herschel Walker was running for office.
Yes.
Against Raphael Warnock. And he had, Donald Trump was supposedly campaigning for him, but all the donations was going to Donald Trump and none of it was going to Herschel Walker. It was like a bait and switch. Like, y'all are stupid. All of y'all are stupid.
He was stupid enough to fall for it too.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that's Earth is Ghetto, I Want to Leave.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
Enough of the ghetto. Speakerboxxx. What have you been listening? What have you been listening to?
I have a playlist that plays all the original samples for popular hip hop songs. So Adventures in the Land of Music by the group Dynasty. This is probably a group that you have never ever heard of. And I'm sure they had popular tunes, but this one will probably be the one that you all recognize because it's a very popular hip hop song that you all love very much that they use the sample. I'm not even gonna tell you what song it is, but just go listen to Adventures in the Land of Music by Dynasty. And oh my God. Oh, and there's a remix of the Taliban song. So we have Taliban's 2, Byron Messia. And I know he's Jamaican. I'm probably messing it up and saying it wrong. Sorry. But he did the Taliban song, which is a very popular dance hall song. But what he did was that he turned around and he got Burna Boy on the remix. So now we have Taliban's 2. They actually filmed a video for it too recently.
The Diplomats have a Taliban song.
Do they?
I feel like they did.
If they do, I don't. You know, I was never a Diplomats fan.
Let me say, I was a fan of Cameron Jules, and I don't know why I liked that dirty motherfucker, Jim Jones, but I did.
The man who brushes his cornrows after they're done.
I could have swore the Diplomats had a song called Taliban.
They may have.
Yeah,
that's
why when you said it, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but this is a different Taliban.
Yes.
This is coming from the Isle of Jamaica. So yes, that was a terrible accent, but I did it. I did it anyway.
Nothing could be worse than my Top Boy accent.
No, nothing is worse than your Top Boy. Your Top Boy is awful. I just thought I'd say, I'm gonna put that out there. Your Top Boy is awful. But all right.
When season 3 come out, coming back, my nigga.
No. Girl, I'm gonna get you to what was it? I can't remember the name of the cartoon. I'm gonna get you to start watching the cartoons so you can pick up the accent. Like the little girl that did I tell you the story about the little girl in Australia who was with Miss Rachel? So we might get you on Bluey, because if you get an Australian accent, you might be able to tune that to a British accent.
I need help.
What are you listening to?
Little Dragon had a new album come out. I think I mentioned this last week, but so I've been listening to them, and it's when I listen on Spotify, sometimes when I listen to an entire album, it just goes and it starts playing songs of the artist whether they're on someone else's music or it's from one of their, excuse me, other albums.
Yeah.
So there was a song by FKJ and Little Dragon called Can't Stop. I've been listening to that. I have hiccups, sorry.
No, you're fine.
There is also a song by Destin Conrad and Music Soul Child that is my shit, called To This Day. I would have never paired up Destin Conrad with Music Soul Child. It's kind of odd pairing, but it's sonically pleasing. Like,
I'm gonna listen to that.
You would like it, Tara.
I'm gonna listen to it.
It's really good. Destin Conrad actually makes some good music. I'm just like, I like this child's music because he's very fucking good.
This child. I thought about you today. I was in a car and they were playing October London. And I was
love his voice.
Wait a minute, but it was funny because I was like, is this the Marvin Gaye song?
Nope.
And then when I Shazammed it, I said, Jesus, he sounds just like Marvin Gaye, like completely, totally. I was like, this is crazy.
The only reason you know it's not Marvin Gaye is because it's not a Marvin Gaye song.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
It's creepy to hear, but yeah. I've been listening to I never stop listening to music. I realized I listen to a lot I have a playlist called HED, HED. So it's like house, electronic, dance music, disco. And I didn't realize how much I listened to it until there's certain playlists on Spotify that you can listen to. And my weekly one comes through and it just was playing nothing but like house music. Mm-hmm. But that's how I get to hear house music like all over the place. Yeah. Because I listened to so much of it. But I thought about you because I was just like, damn, Tamara listens to house music too, but I ain't been nowhere in Atlanta where they just be playing house music.
There are places, we just don't go to them because I get notifications. So if you ever want to go.
I do. I want to go vibe out.
Yeah, because they do a party at Rocksteady, and it's DJ Kemet, and he does like this, he curates this house thing. I don't know if it's monthly, but I always get a notification for it. So when you want, I'll let you know when the next one is.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make a plan. Let's get into episode 53, sexual turnoffs. Yes, we're still talking about sex. I thought this was gonna be the last week. We actually have one more week.
We still have one more sex talk.
We do. Sexual turn. Listen, and I guess this is like the opposite of kinks and fetishes.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has different turnoffs. Yeah. Everyone. Like, most of my turnoffs, they're related to if my coochie dries up, I realize that's a turnoff.
Yeah, that's how you can tell.
So it's well, some of my things are little things, but I'm not ashamed of my turnoffs. Like I kind of cringe sometimes when people call themselves sapiosexuals. Sapiosexual. Am I saying this right?
Yes, you're saying it right. And I hate when people say that because, first of all, men will say that.
Oh my! This is where I was starting. This is where I was going.
And then you'll be like, really?
It's a turnoff to me that you would call yourself a sapiosexual and you dumb. Like, listen, I understand everyone doesn't have the same level of intelligence. Everyone isn't smart in the same areas. Like, I'm not gonna hold you about that, okay?
Right.
When we start talking about geography, like, don't ask me what all the capitals of all the states are. I don't know. Okay? Right. I don't know. I think I can put the states in the right place if you show me a map. I'm not promising you that.
Right.
Like, listen, that's not my strong suit. But there are other things. So I get it. But
that's one of those words that I think that people use because it sounds good. It sounds good to them.
Yeah, because I expect you to have a general level of intelligence, right?
Right.
Like, if you are talking to me about conspiracy theories all of the time, shout out to Nisha.
Look at me.
Because me and Nisha feel the same way. For those who don't know, Nisha is Tamara's sister. Like, people who, a good conspiracy theory, I will be entertained by it, okay? A good one. Like, I do believe aliens exist. So I'm going to entertain that, right?
I don't necessarily even feel like that's a conspiracy theory as much as we got proof, but we don't really got the real proof.
Yes, yes. But like far-fetched things, like if you're eating corn and potatoes, is it? You have to eat yams so you don't have a period. The Sebeites. That is I know people are like, what does that have to do with sex? This is what it has to do with it. If you are trying to get up in this, don't talk to me about those things. That's it. I don't care. And Tamara knows before Ushergate happened, I have been an Usher fan since I was 14, 15 years old, okay? I'm sorry, 12, because that's when he was on Star Search. I've been an Usher fan for a long time, okay? I don't care if you was Usher talking to me. If you start talking about some foolishness, I'm not attracted to you anymore, and I don't know how to get attracted to you again. It's just,
child, they become ugly to me. Like,
yes,
like you're not even fine no more. You look a whole mess because all I see is a conspiracy on your face, and I can't get past.
That's a sexual turnoff for me. So if conspiracy theories are your thing and you're trying to get down with me, keep them to yourself, at least until you get some. Because at least then you can say you got some.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get none if you bring them up.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna give what we're sexual turnoff, and then you can give a couple of yours. I do not have anything against uncircumcised penises. Let me just put that out there. Okay. Now, what I'm about to say has something to do with them.
I'm closing my eyes because I'm okay.
Just like you don't want to smell a coochie. I don't want to smell smegma under your hood. You listen, anyone who is uncircumcised, you know what you have to do to stay clean. Okay. You have to pull that little thing back, clean up under that, do what you do. When you do not clean up under that hood, and it ends up in my face. Listen, I have to fight myself not to punch you in the crotch. Because for anyone who doesn't know, because there are some women who are just like, I don't fuck with uncircumcised penises, that's unclean. It's not that they're unclean. They can take baths and showers just like us. You have to clean up under that when you pee. You have to clean up under that when you take a shower. Literally every time you pee, you gotta wipe that. Because when you don't, what it smells like, I have to say it, Taryn. It smells like mixed hot dog water with an earring back and a dirty navel. And when you got bacterial vaginosis, that's what it smells like. It's a sexual turnoff. I'm not having sex with you if your penis smells like a dirty coochie.
So if his penis smells like sardines, run.
Yes. Listen to me. One time I was fooling around with this dude and he took his pants off. And I was like, and I even was like, is that me? It's not me.
Mm-mm.
Because it legit, y'all. It smells like a dirty coochie.
Oh, good God.
Don't do it. Please clean your uncircumcised penis. It traumatized me to where I used to be like, I'm not fooling with nobody who's uncircumcised. I realized how childish that was. My apologies if I've ever said that in anyone's earshot. It was the smell. That's a turnoff. Just as I think it would be a turnoff if my lady parts was tart.
Yeah.
And we ain't talking about cherry either.
Correct.
You need to go see a doctor, honey.
Mm.
Because whatever is coming from your body part should not kick another person in their face.
No.
It
Now,
should.
now when you drop trowel, I shouldn't jump scare when you drop trowel. The smell. Is that you? Because I can't hold back because I'm gonna be like, I know that ain't me.
Those
I
are
know that ain't me.
those are my two immediates. What are your two immediates?
Again, like you, I'm very hygienical. So I don't do smells. Like, you know, these women be telling these stories about the men not cleaning their booty holes. Like, if you drop your pants and it smell like doo-doo, pull them things up, baby. You got to get out of here. Pull them things up. That's never happened to me. Never.
Okay, good.
Because if so, you know, I can't control this.
Mm-mm.
So as soon as you do, it's all over my face. So you know something wrong. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But another thing that is hygienical that I actually stopped sleeping with someone because of that. And when I say it, you are gonna laugh hysterically. And if Nisha can hear me, she's gonna scream from the other room. Plaque buildup on your teeth.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
Because you're not gonna eat my coochie with plaque buildup. Like, that's you finna you about to throw my pH out. I need you to go to the dentist.
Do you know how long you have to go without brushing and flossing
For you to have
this to where you can
physically
someone else can see it?
Someone can see it, yes. That means you ain't been to the dentist in a couple of years, 2, 3, 4. You know, that's a whole.
No, it means you don't floss your teeth.
That's a whole no. That's a whole no for me. You can't even get close to me. Like, we doing church hugs because.
So their breath didn't stink?
Well, here's the thing. No, which was weird.
Yeah.
But I also think it was because in that space there was alcohol and food. So
okay,
there was there versus just plain stale breath or plaque breath or whatever.
Carcass mouth.
Yeah, that's just that's a lot. That's a lot. And here's the thing. I'm a coffee drinker. I got the stains. I got a little stain here, a little stain there. I goes to the dentist every 6 months though, brother. And I know y'all got full-time jobs. Y'all pay for them dentists, y'all pay for that dentistry. Go and use that thing.
First of all,
go and use that thing.
There is whitening toothpaste. There's dental floss. There's you can get a little of the little dental set with the little pick in the mirror, and like you can take care of your mouth.
Well, and here's the thing is that, but it's not even that you can take care of your mouth. Is that there's regular shit you just do to your mouth every day that prevents it to get to that point.
Yes.
Like, but you are at the point where I can see it. You got to go. And you definitely can't put your mouth on my coochie. Like, that's not a...
He gonna give you an infection.
Yes. Like never before. Like never before. So that is a whole no for me. That is, I mean, and for some people, they're like, oh, what does that have to do with sex? It has a whole lot to do with sex. It has a whole lot to do with sex. Like, okay. And then the obvious, like these kiss people, y'all.
Oh,
Please stop having prostitute sex with these women that you having sex with them and you're not kissing them in the mouth. Like, I don't understand that. What are you doing?
they listen. So here's my thing. And it be some rap songs that I love to death. And I stopped listening to them because the guys will be like, that's why I fucked her in her mouth, or you kissed that bitch, I fuck her in her mouth. And it's just like, what is wrong with you? Because so you're married, and are you telling me you don't kiss your wife? And do you think that your wife hasn't had another man's penis in her mouth before she started fucking with you? Like, what are you saying? Like, so you don't eat coochie? So I shouldn't kiss you because you had another woman's coochie on your mouth? Like, I don't understand that.
I'm gonna do a combo. People that don't kiss during sex and people that are bad kissers.
Oh.
I kissed a guy.
I think you need to define bad kissing.
I'm about to give you an example. I was mortified by the kiss because it was a fast tongue dart all over. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Please stop. Get it. Back up.
You had Leonard the lizard.
And then it was like it was so bad. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have prostitute sex because I don't want him to kiss me. I don't want him to kiss me anymore. Like, let's just move on to the sexual act because I don't do that again. I don't like it.
I had someone lick my teeth.
Oh.
I said, what are you doing? He's like, you have such nice teeth. I said, please don't do that. Please.
Ew.
Don't lick my teeth.
Ew.
What? Please stop.
Ew.
I didn't know that was a sexual turnoff until it happened. Or when they try to stick their tongue down your throat. Like,
oh yeah, I got the choking on one person. I can't breathe. Stop. They don't go way down. I don't. And then I'm like, who taught you these things? Who told you those were good things? Because those
why did someone be like, huh?
Right. But then I feel like sometimes people are so in their ways that if you try to stop them and show them, they would get offended.
Yes. So go ahead. Sorry.
So sometimes I'm just like, yeah, just don't do that no more. I don't like that. Don't do it.
Speaking of getting offended, one of my sexual turnoffs offended someone. Please don't try to have sex with me or let me say this. Please don't try to insert your penis in me if it's not hard. That's a sexual turnoff because it can't go in. You guys do know how sex works, right? The reason your penis has to be hard is because it's entering a small area. So when your penis is soft, it's like a squishy. It can't go in. It's too soft. Please don't do that. But someone was upset with me because I was like, let's just wait until it gets hard. Well, nobody else had a problem with it. I doubt that that's true, but okay.
I think they were trying to spare your feelings, brother.
Because like you said, Tamara, you try to tell someone something and they get offended. But I also think this is the weird thing. We went into me and Bug went and saw Barbie yesterday.
Was it good?
Hella good.
Okay.
And I don't be rooting for America Ferrera because she be with the shit most of the time, but her this monologue she did in it, a motherfucking one. When that script becomes available, I am going to print it out and put it in a frame. That's how dope the fucking monologue was. It's like one of the best monologues I've ever heard in a movie.
Okay, cool.
But Ken Are you gonna go see it?
Probably.
I'm gonna try to say this without spoiling it for you. Basically, Ken is just jealous of Barbie.
Okay.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, super.
Right? He can't stand the idea that she is not enthralled with him.
Got you. Oh.
Like, how dare you not pay me attention?
Look at me.
Find something to do with yourself, Ken, please.
Yeah, please.
Something to do with yourself. But the things he would get offended about in the movie was like, there were some men who complained and said, this movie doesn't like men. And that is how I feel when guys are offended by what women are turned off about. Like, you do realize it could be any dude. Like, I'm just saying this is not for me.
Yeah, it's not for me. Like, and that's the thing, is that a lot of times they don't think that they take it personal when it's like overall in general. I don't like that. Like, I just don't like that.
But you should want to like it because it's them.
Yeah, and that's not it.
Listen, I would like sex to be enjoyable literally every time I have it.
Yes.
I don't think that's asking too much, is it, Tamara?
I mean, the way people talk, you would think that we was asking for the world.
Right. So when I tell you what my turnoffs are, like, if that's something you're determined to do, I think you should find a person that allows you to do those things.
Yeah, definitely. It's not me, but you need to find somebody, but it's not me. But it's not.
Yeah, like, don't stick your tongue in my ear. Don't do it.
Look at me like this.
Mainly because the ear is now I understand why some people like it.
Yeah.
The ear is very sensitive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can hear it. And that's what turns me off.
No, I got you.
I don't, that noise. Ugh, I don't want to hear it.
Well, see, this is a great segue. I am very, I'm a person that the auditory is the thing for me. You know how some people are visual? I'm a sound person. Very much so a sound person. So silent sex, unless we are sneaking and there's 15 other people in the next room, and we trying to be quiet, that's different. But just like on a regular basis.
Can I tell the story about the loud sex though?
What about what?
The loud sex.
Yes, please. Wait, let me distinguish before you tell your story. Now, I don't want Tarzan, George of the Jungle, like screaming from the rafters. But I need a little call and response. Like,
so that's why I said, so I'm going to tell the story. You tell me if this is acceptable to you.
Okay.
So there was this guy, amazing body. Like, this guy worked out so much. He had one of those bodies where you just be like, oh my God, like, just keep your shirt off all the time. That's great, right? But he also did leg day. So he didn't look like a grilled cheese sandwich with toothpicks for legs. He had like his entire, and he wasn't really tall. He wasn't super short either. Mm-hmm. I think he was like 5'9". So he's like average height, right? Perfect build. And he's smart, attractive, always smelled good. I was just like, Jesus Christ. He invited me over. So I was like, sure, I'll go over. His house, immaculate, clean. I even went in his bathroom, no ring in the toilet. It smelled good, candles burning. He also knew how to cook.
Baby.
Like, what? I wasn't, and this is in my early 20s, so I wasn't like, oh, this gotta be my nigga. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be the regular cut buddy. Because he's clean, super hygienic, brushed his teeth multiple times during the day. That's actually a turn on for me. If you brush your teeth more than once a day, that's sexy. So we getting into it. The package, amazing. And he knew what to do with it. So he wasn't one of those guys who had a big dick and didn't know how to use it.
Right.
OMG. Like, I was just like, I was amazed that it was happening. Like, that's what it's turning me on. It's great, right? Then he says, I'm coming. And I'm like, okay. And then it was, and I was like, oh my God, what's happening? I said, is something wrong? Is something? And he's like, no, I'm coming. It's like, oh, he screamed like, what's his name in Charlie's Angel when he was cutting them women's hair and sniffing it? That's how he was screaming. And it frightened me so, Tara. It frightened me. It frightened me so much. I couldn't have sex anymore because I was scared. I was scared. And I thought maybe something, like maybe he got a Charlie horse or a cramp or something. So we had sex again. He did the same. That's just his thing. So that loud. You have, could you do that?
Let me say this. If I knew it was going to be that loud and it didn't shock the shit out of me, I would probably be all right with it. But if I had no clue and you gave me a heart attack no, I can't. No, that's inappropriate. Like,
I wanted to continue, but it was just like, there was no way to prepare for that sound.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it was jarring to me, I probably would be like, yo, I can't.
He sounded like someone was murdering him.
Yeah, no. And then I would be worried about what the other people outside of the door might be thinking, like there's a crime being committed. Like, I just need a little call and response, baby. I just don't need no, I mean, and then I don't want you to be grunting like a caveman either. Like, there's a balance to it. Like, I don't know. It's just, I just don't do, and it's so funny because I had a conversation with somebody and they were like, if a woman has sex with me and she's being silent, and I was like, it's probably because it's not good. I was like, because I said, if you have sex with a woman and she's quiet, that means you're not doing something right. I said, if she just landed like, and that,
at the very least, you should at least be getting a, oh.
Yeah, if not even at the minimal. If you're not getting that, start again, my brother. So, I mean, and when I say this, I'm not saying like, it got quiet, like it just got quiet while we were having, like there was noise and then it got quiet. No. I'm talking about like there are people who will come from the gate and say that they don't do the noises and they don't. I can't.
Noise is like the enjoyable. It's like I want to know you're into it.
Look, I'm very much people.
Some people think that's gay to make those noise. So I have to add that to my list of turnoffs. If you're homophobic, I don't have sex with you.
That's it. That's an automatic no.
My attraction for you will die. Listen, there are people I follow, the minute they say something homophobic, transphobic, queerphobic, I don't care if you have enlightened me on existentialism of life. I'm unfollowing you. And I want to forget I ever knew you when you are any kind of sexuality phobic.
Yeah. It's just,
it's ugly. It's a huge turnoff. It's a turnoff as a human being.
Yeah. And then, okay, so this is me just saying, I'm going to say this. Most of the people that I have encountered that have said those things, those are the people that like the butt stuff the most.
Wow, that's crazy. Not saying that butt sex is gay.
No, not at all. But just
be,
it's just it for me. It's very hypocritical.
Because that's the only reason people like you. That's a whole nother episode.
It's a whole nother episode. But yeah, so
I don't like people to spit on me. I just feel like you guys, lube exists. That's another thing. If I'm turned on by you, I guarantee you don't need anything.
Right.
You know, if I'm dry, it's because
the children are doing the whole spit in the mouth thing. Don't do that. I will punch you in your lip. Don't do that.
I do have to say, to each their own.
Yes.
I personally am not going to spit in your mouth, and you're not allowed to spit in mine. Yeah. If that's your thing, swap whatever fluids you like. But that is a turn off to me. Do not spit on me.
Yep.
Do not spit in me. And I know some people, this is also an indicator to me that you probably watch a lot of porn, is when you think spitting on coochie is the thing to do. Like, there's lube, dude. There's lube. Men and women, there's lube.
Yeah.
You can use lube.
Yeah, if you attempt to spit in my mouth unprovoked, that's the end, and somebody's eyes finna be black or a tooth is finna be missing. I'm punching somebody some kind of way. And I'm not punching you flush. I'm Thor hammer. I'm hammering that ass. Don't do it.
It's not my thing. I don't want.
It's not my thing at all. I can't. Like, again, never yucking anybody's yum. But again, we having a conversation, and that is not my yum.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Not for me.
You've had your fair warning. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I have to say this, when it comes to, I think guys are very verbal about, I want you to take control. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what they want you to do, mm-hmm. If they want you to be the one who's running the show.
Right.
This has been my experience. I'm not saying this for all women, but guys are very verbal. Excuse me. Tell me what to do. Tell me what you want, right? Okay, I can do that. Having sex with women, though, they expect me to be the aggressor. That's a turnoff to me. Because you are taking my personality outside of the bedroom and assuming that's who I am inside the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. We've had this conversation.
You and I have. Mm-hmm. But it turns me off from... And don't assume that because I don't want to be the aggressor, that I want to have sex with a manly woman.
Right.
Oh, you must only fuck studs. No, that actually doesn't turn me on. Because for me, this is me. This is not an anti-statement at all. I'm talking about what turns me on. So if you are a man and other men turn you on, it's okay to say that. So this is okay for me, what I'm about to say. I am not turned on by a woman who looks like a man. That doesn't turn me on. It just doesn't. Now, if a woman was very intelligent and looked like a dude, that might turn me on.
Right.
But I'm talking about just physical, looking, right? Yeah. That's not, I don't look at someone and be like, oh, you know, like you've shown me pictures of trans, I always say it wrong.
Trans men.
Yes, you show me pictures of trans men and they're attractive. I can say that. I'm not turned on by it.
Right.
I'm not. But there are some trans women I'm turned on by.
Right.
they're really pretty. And I think that's because I'm attracted to physically, I'm attracted to feminine looking women.
Yeah.
I just am, right?
Right.
But don't assume that I'm the masculine.
Right.
I'm super aggressive on this side. And that grinds my gears because it's just like, we can have a discussion. Again, we talked about this in some other episode where it's just like, have talks about sex.
Yes.
Right? Don't make assumptions about people. Let me tell you, sex is, because I want it to be an enjoyable thing, I also want to relax.
Correct.
My personal life is chaotic as fuck. I'm always the one who's doing everything.
Right.
I'm always making sure some shit is done, some shit is taken care of. I'm always leading.
Correct.
I don't want to lead in the bedroom. Listen, you want? Let's do whatever you want. If I don't like it, I don't have to do it. If I don't want to do it, I'll just tell you I want to do it. But let's go. What do you want to do? Let's do whatever you want to do. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Let's go.
But I think that I totally relate to that because we've had that conversation. But I think that, again, the conversations around sex, I swear people would just be having sex with people that they don't even be talking to for real.
Yeah, listen, or a lot of people will be like, oh, but when it's in the moment, you don't want to mess up the moment. You will mess up the moment by turning me on.
Yeah.
So you want to have this quick little combo? Like we can be making out while we have the combo if you want.
Right.
Or you can just take clues. Don't do that.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like pay attention to people that you're having sex with. And I think it's very obvious when some things are turned to have turnoffs.
Yeah.
When you intentionally, like if you did it on an accident, I'm probably gonna give you another chance, right?
Right.
But some things is full stop. Like the plaque on the teeth, you're not gonna fix that. I had a boyfriend. He used to wear gold teeth all the time. Right? I didn't think anything of it. I like dudes with ghosts, right?
As do I.
He took them bad boys off.
Oh no.
And I was like, I said, do you floss your teeth? And he was like, what? And I said, do you floss your teeth?
Not a what? Not a what?
It's like, what's that?
Nope.
I said, okay.
We done over here.
I said, what do you do when you get like food stuck between your teeth? I get a fork. I get a fork or a knife and I work it out. I'll work it out. Bless my young soul. I would never.
I am having a Daniel Kalula get out moment. Are you kidding me?
At this big age, I would never. Okay, because you know me. At this big age, if I ran into a really attractive person and they had gold teeth on, I'd be like, so do you clean those teeth? I didn't ask these questions when I was younger. I was just enthralled with the gold grill. But yeah. And those mouths smelled like food for a vulture.
Rotten feet.
Took them teeth out. And I was
rotten
like,
feet. It smelled like rotten feet.
That was the beginning. No. Bad feet had a totally different smell than what came out of his mouth. Okay. It smelled like, so at our old apartment where we moved from, there used to be
no, not that smell. Not that smell.
You know those buzzards, them big ass fucking buzzards that would be outside. They was there for some dead animal. That's what his mouth smelled like when he took them gold teeth out.
Baby, no. That's
a turnoff, y'all. Like if you wear gold teeth, like you still have to take care of the teeth that are underneath there. Not unless you replace them all.
And that's the thing, is that a lot of times when those people get the permanent ones, baby.
I mean, you're just gonna have those teeth for the rest of your life because aren't little waves permanent?
He took them. Remember when he went to jail? He had to take them out because you can't go to prison like that.
Yeah, I don't know what his mouth smelled like, but
I mean, I think he got new teeth.
oh, he does. He has
He
been.
got new teeth. Yeah, he got new teeth.
He does.
So, I mean, I can imagine that he had to get new teeth after wearing those things for so long.
Listen,
Just
oral
think, hey,
hygiene
Jesus Christ.
is very important, you guys. I know we're bringing out the mouth a lot, but listen, it,
I'm looking at my face and I'm like this.
your health is attached to your oral hygiene too.
Yes. I don't think that people really realize that a lot of the stuff that goes on in your body that's wrong has to do with your teeth. They don't take it seriously. Like you can get really, really sick from some shit with your teeth.
You can die, shit.
Yes, you can. You can very much die. I don't think that people take that into consideration. But I need for y'all to go to the dentist. Like that's imperative. Like for me, it's imperative that I need you to go to the dentist. I Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's oral hygiene is very, very important. A turn off for me is I tried to explain this to Sunita, is the ill boys. And when I say ill, it's like ew. So like men who complain about women's normal bodily functions. So the guys that are turned off by women having periods. And like women shouldn't fart, women shouldn't take dumps. Like there are men out there that feel like that's not something that they should know about or be a part of. But if like I'm switching bodily fluids with you, like you're not gonna be like the ill nigga, like, or like you said, like a queef. Ew. Like there are niggas out there that think that those things are and that is
body function.
Yeah, it's like a normal body function. It's again, you honestly thinking that women just don't do things that normal people do. And that is weirdo behavior to me. So that is a turn off.
He who shall not be named on this podcast used to laugh every morning when I got up. I'm not ashamed of this because this is just normal science. If your body is laid down for hours at a time, gas just settles.
Yes.
So if I'm not burping, if I'm not eating or drinking anything that is causing me to release the gas out of my body, the minute I stand up, it's got to come out. It's either going to come out my mouth. I'm going to burp as soon as I stand up out of the bed.
Right.
But usually when you get up in the morning, the first thing you do is you go to the bathroom to pee, right? So I used to every morning, I would get up, go pee, fart, get up, go start my day. And he would laugh. And I'd be like, what's so funny? And he'd be like, you're the only girl that's ever farted in front of me. And I was just like, I can't stop that from happening. Like, I've been laying down for hours. My body's releasing gas. That's funny to you? He was like, yeah, because girls don't fart. And I was like, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
These are the men I'm talking about. Girls don't fart.
He was like, well, you do. He was just like, but
what does that mean?
The women I'm around, I said, so your mama don't fart around you? He was like, no, not really. What? That's a normal body function. Burping, I burp. He was just like,
you eat food,
you're burp. Okay doing that in front of guys? And I was like,
that's what that right there, that's exactly what I mean by the ill boy. Mm-mm.
Yeah. But that's society that has
definitely.
Oh, you're ladies, and his mother is an etiquette coach, right? So of course she's probably taught a million girls.
I went to etiquette school and they ain't never say nothing to me about farting or belching. That was never a part of the conversation.
She was not your etiquette coach. Okay.
I know she wasn't. It was a little old white lady that taught me. So,
but these are normal body functions. Like the queefing, that's air. That's air that has to come out. So imagine your coochie farting.
Yeah,
it's a coochie fart.
Yeah.
It just don't stink.
Right. It's so childish for them to be like, ew. Like, and that's why, and I think that's a part of the turnoff is that you're a child. you're
Yeah.
a child.
I just feel like I'm letting you insert your penis into my body.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you deal with the fact that I have normal body functions like you? Like, even guys who are like, the first time I think I had ate like a burrito and I had got like extra like hot sauce on it or something. And so I ended up having to take a shit at he who shall not be named's house. And I was like, I need some toilet paper and I can't get it because he said it was under his cabinet. And I was like, I can't get it. And he was like, why not? And I was like, I actually had to take a shit. And he was like, you took a shit in my bathroom? And I was like, was I not supposed to? And he was like, again, he was like, no girl's ever taken a shit around me. And I was like, who do you be fucking with? And he was like, you're that comfortable? And I was like, what am I supposed to do? And this when this motherfucker lived in Timbuk fucking 2.
Right.
Where was he? He was in Snellville and I was in College Park. I can't hold this. That's right. That's what, an
45 minutes to an hour long.
That's an hour away.
Yeah.
I'm taking a shit in your house. Is that gonna stop you from having sex with me? If it does, okay, well, hey.
It is what it is.
Listen, if it's a sexual turnoff to you that women take shits, women fart, women burp, women queef, women did have boogers.
Right, like, I don't understand.
Hey, I'm not the one for you. Like, I am a mammal. all these things happen. I'm sorry.
It's just it's funny to me because I am look, as much as we always make fun about my farting habits, y'all always joke me. I am a sleep tutor. Like, so I'll be
Tamara doesn't poop in front of, she doesn't even poop in front of me. And I'm like her sister.
And that's just, that's
never
just
farted in front of me.
But I am a sleep tutor. I'm not gonna lie, I am a sleep tutor. So
I don't think I've ever slept in the same room with you. Yes, I have. No, I haven't.
I was in the other room.
You were in the same room.
Yeah, you and Nisha were. I was in the other room.
Hey, if I eat the wrong thing before sleep, I'm not gonna promise you that I haven't pooted in my sleep.
Yeah. I
can't. Hey, sorry. Sorry if it smells. It's gas. Listen, men are the only people who have normal body functions. Like,
right, like, are you kidding me?
But hey, if that's your turn off.
Right. Here's the thing, is if that's your turn off, that's fine. But like, let's be realistic.
I think our turnoffs that we've mentioned today, they're realistic. Like, they're not like, oh bitch, you're doing a lot.
Yeah, I didn't say if your second toe was longer than the first one. I don't care about that shit. But like,
so one of my friends asked me the other day what I would do if someone I was fucking with there was this toy. I guess it was like a replica of a vagina. Mm-hmm. And you could put it in this like thing and it would be like
yeah
it would go up and down on the man's penis or whatever. He was like, what would you do if you was fooling with somebody and you saw this in their house? And I was like, I would just laugh. But hey, do what you do. Like, you're not harming anyone. If that's what you do to get your rocks off when you can't get a real vagina, like, that doesn't bother me. Mm-mm. Those types of things are not turnoffs to me. Like, and now I will say this: if I was on your laptop or your desktop and I saw in your history that you watch porn that's about children, that's a turnoff to me. Like, granted, I know that even the ones who's just like, oh, daughter fucks stepson, like, I don't even watch that kind of stuff. That's a turnoff to me. Now, that may be kind of where it's like, Sunita, these aren't children. I can't watch any porn where they have bodies of children.
Right. No, I know what you're saying. Even
if they're 18 or older.
Right.
And it's a turn off to me if I find out someone I have sex with is turned on by that. It
Yeah.
just, I didn't mentally, in my head, I'm just like, ew, they're turned on by children's bodies.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
It's more weird to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with that other than have negative thoughts.
Yeah.
So it becomes, I guess this was an extra turnoff. It's a turnoff for me. I don't.
Yeah, but I get that. What you're saying, that makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, like that doesn't seem like some things like, you know, the toe thing that I just mentioned. I was being
yeah.
But that seems a little more irrational than kind of what you just said. Like,
Okay.
I can't determine if my second toe is longer than my first toe. My feet just came out like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do anything about that. So, like, I think
like I know
that's irrational to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
People's bodies don't, like, things on people's bodies don't necessarily turn me on. I might be like, oh, I've never seen that before, or oh, that's different.
Yeah, that's different.
The plaque, it's a hygiene thing.
Yeah, that's why I said my turnoffs are very much hygienical.
Yes.
Because, you know, dirty booty and dirty teeth are not it.
So dirty homes.
Oh.
That kind of turns me off too. Because I just be thinking to myself, like, if your house is dirty, when's the last time you changed your sheets? Do you have bed bugs? What if something crawls on me while we're in the midst of it? No, I can't. If I see, like, we live in the South, so anyone who lives in the South knows we call them water bugs, they're roaches, but there are certain sizes, right? That we know these are literally in everybody's home in Georgia.
Right.
I mean, we spray for them, but you won't see them every once in a while. It's not because you're unclean. German roaches, though?
That's different. That's different.
And anybody who know what a German roach is, listen, I have lived in apartment buildings that had German roaches, and they make these apartments look so nice from the outside, right? Even in the inside, new appliances and everything, the paint, the crown molding, but there are roaches in the building.
Yeah.
I just feel like,
and it ain't nothing you can do about that, really.
Right. So I might make an exception in that instance, like, damn, it's just because of where they live, right? But when I say dirty home, I'm talking about you look like you haven't cleaned your stove since you moved in, and you've been living there for 10 years. Or I go to use your bathroom and your tub is gray and your toilet has black molds in it. Like, I'm scared to sit on your toilet seat. I can't have sex with you because you live in these conditions. Like, you take a shower, you say you bathe every day, but you stand in that gray tub. Y'all do know, like, stuff can enter our body through our feet, right?
Again, again, we back at hygiene. We back.
But I don't think some people think that their home is an extension of their hygiene. Like, I get it. And it's like sometimes your house gets messy, right?
Right.
Like right now, y'all can't see it, but I did laundry. So I have my laundry on the couch, which after we're done, I gotta put it away. But that kind of stuff, no. But if every time I come over, like, there's nowhere to sit because there's stuff everywhere.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't think I'm gonna come over your house.
No.
And I don't think I want you to come over mine because I know what your house looks like.
And you're bringing it to my house, so no.
I don't want you bringing bed bugs to my house. I don't want you bringing German cucarachas either. So
yeah, that's just
stay over there and I'll stay over here.
I think that the entire podcast, my face has been like this.
Something stinks.
Like the whole time.
I feel like we've touched on the important turnoffs.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Get your hygiene together, people.
Yeah. I just, I know that a lot of it, what we talked about was about hygiene, but it's just, I just feel like some people don't really take that hygiene thing serious when you should take it very, very serious.
Yeah, like we crack jokes about when we have seen on the internet the white people admitting that they don't bathe and stuff. But let me tell you, if there's been way too many Black people admit that they don't brush their teeth. And it's what has blown my mind is sometimes this has been guys that when I was younger, girls were like, oh my God, he's so fine, this, that, and the third. And this motherfucker has admitted to me that they didn't brush their teeth. I said, what about your breath? It's nothing a stick of gum doesn't fix. And this guy had tons of sex with tons of girls. He didn't brush his teeth and did not care. He said, that's why I keep gum on me. I just pop some in there. Business.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I can't.
Someone was like, would you have sex with him? Absolutely not. He doesn't brush his teeth. They're like, you wouldn't have sex with him because he doesn't brush his teeth. I was like, you would?
No.
I know we keep,
but I feel like that's an indicator of larger issues.
How often does he bathe?
Are you kidding me? That's an indicator of larger issues.
Like, maybe it was just us, Tamara, that we were taught when you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you take a shower, or you do it, you do it the other way around. But it's part of your daily ritual of.
Let me tell you something. If my grandma, when I stayed at my grandma's house, if I got up and I hadn't washed my face and brushed my teeth before I came and sat at that table to eat breakfast, I was getting yelled at.
But even, I know some people make the argument like, why would you eat after you brush your teeth? Okay, well, brush your teeth after you eat, but don't skip it.
Yeah.
Like, do it.
Because here's the thing is that, yes, I would eat after I brush my teeth, but because my grandma didn't want me to be at the table with funky breath. Like, that's just, it's a group of us. All the kids there with funky breath, go brush your damn teeth.
Yeah, I'd have been like, please stop talking to me, please.
And that's the thing is that when we stayed at our grandmother's house when we were kids, it was a minimal of 6 of us there all the time.
No.
Can you imagine 6 funky kids at the breakfast table? And you know how kids be outside? Wait a minute. You know how we be outside running and sweating and musty? Come on, grandma was not having that. No. Wash your face and brush your teeth when you come in here and eat. That's it.
You can't eat. That's your ticket to eating.
Yes.
Let me check
you can't eat nothing, including me, unless you brush your teeth.
Listen, I just take account of the sexual turnoffs, okay, people?
Yeah.
Listen, some of them ridiculous ones, yes, you can be like, you're ridiculous, but like hygiene,
yeah, can't get around that. Can't get around
it. We only have one, okay?
Can't get around it.
It makes sex more enjoyable. I promise you, it does.
Oof.
We are wrapping it up. Next week is our last Let's Talk About Sex episode.
That's gonna be the best one.
I think so too.
I think it's gonna be the best one.
We wrap it up quite nicely. So
yes.
Until then, adios, amigos.
Bye, y'all.